Want to welcome Michael Beemer, the chair of the Marine Maintenance Technology Program at Skagit Valley College. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me. I am kind of the boat nut, and we are actually located right close to you guys. You know, we're just over here in Anacortes, and so we're very close. I'm a boater. I frequent the islands a lot, and definitely just part of this community. And I've been in touch before, so this whole marine program. My purpose today is to give you just a lot of bits of information about it and let you know that we have just a thriving marine community, and you obviously know that if you're from San Juan County. But there's just a lot of opportunities right now. We've ran some special groups through here, and essentially what we do is all things kind of marine. And so, I'm going to talk about our students, what the classes kind of look like, how you get in, all the different careers that are out there. So even though we do kind of repair and maintenance of boats, our students end up all over the place. Anywhere there is water, there's going to be jobs. So a little bit, I guess, about me before I get into all these careers and jobs and how I ended up here at Skagit Valley College is I was a teacher. I taught math. And I was always a boat nut. And so I got hooked into the previous, one of the directors kind of hooked me into working with young people. And I used to just do career explorations because not only did I have a degree from UW, but I've been a commercial diver. I've delivered boats across oceans. I grew up sailing in Michigan. I've sailed across the big lakes. And so just I'm kind of that boat nut. And I love to fix things. My dad was a master mechanic, and so I learned right away that just being able to do stuff with my hands was just a really rewarding career. And then I landed this best job ever because now all I do is teach people how to fix things and to get certificates and to go out and work around the water. And so although I just do one sector of it, I'm involved. I go to all these big expos. The marine industry, if any of you are interested in working, we not only need technicians to fix boats right now, but we have students that become surveyors. We have students that work in marinas. We have students that work in the charter industry is huge. Some of them want to deliver yachts. I mean, we have students that went to the culinary program and want to work on mega yachts, just cooking food on big boats. And so across the board, there is opportunities to go to work. And so that's just kind of how everything works. And so if you're looking for a new career, something to do, you are in the right place. So what we do at our program for our students is we offer both 1 year and 2 year degrees. And well, 1 year is a certificate, 2 years a degree. And what happens is we assume you know nothing about boats when you come here. And you roll in the door, and everybody gets an engines class. They get an electrical class. We have our own math class, marine math. And our job is kind of to be the counselor, the coach, to work with you and find out what your goals are. And after that first quarter, you kind of pick a track of the electrical side of the house, we call it, and the mechanical side. And you focus and work for the rest of that. So that's a 9-month. We could turn you into a marine electrician or a marine mechanic and get you a certificate, and you are employable. You could go to any of the boat yards in the islands, in Anacortes, Bellingham, Seattle. It doesn't matter. If you want to go to Mobile, Alabama, probably you'll get a job. And so as a marine technician. And then what we do is ideally the old shipwrights model was you needed to be able to fix everything on a boat. And so when you, if you choose to come back for a second year, that's how you get a 2-year Associate of Applied Science degree in marine maintenance. And so if you do the full 2 years, and then we've got a third opportunity for students, which is really, I'm very excited about. They just started this last year. You can actually get a bachelor's degree in business with a 2-year technical degree. And so what happens is I have like 6 former students that work in the Anacortes area as independent contractors. They got a van, they have the tools, and they all specialize in fixing engines, doing inverter installs, doing solar, you name it. And so Skagit offers you go to school for 2 years and get the marine maintenance degree, or you could get any of our technical degrees. It doesn't have to be marine. If you're interested in welding, automotive, diesel, I'm a point person. I could help you with that too. But what you do is you get your first 2 years, and then for the next 2 years, you go to school. You work 4 days a week, and every Friday you go and you take business classes, and you learn, right, how to get a business license and how to do insurance. You do all the stuff so that you could actually run your own business. And so we've got a lot of opportunities over here at Skagit Valley College. So that's kind of what our program looks like. And there's some other resources that we'll talk about here pretty soon too. Essentially, this facility we have is shared with a high school program that offers some aerospace and marine and other training too. So all of the marine tech stuff is kind of what we call second shift. We start at 2 in the afternoon and then run on into the evening. So it kind of changes year by year, but it gives students an opportunity to work in the morning and make a few bucks as you're going to school. So that's the route that a lot of our students take. So most of our students then, when they leave, are going to be in these careers that I've talked about. Primarily, they're going to work at a boat yard, doing repair and maintenance of boats. Like I said, they may work in the charter industry. Some of them end up working in bigger shipyards. It just depends on what happens. We have students that go into production boat building. There's not a lot of boat building out in the islands, but here in Anacortes and the Pacific Northwest, we've got a bunch of boat builders, and they're always looking for technicians and people who know how to fix things and work on boats. So production boat buildings there. I mentioned surveyors and delivering boats and all sorts of things. So there's a lot of opportunities once you get through the program. And so if you really don't know what you want to do, but you do like the water, you like being around boats, there's good employment, then you come to us and we will give you training, and it'll definitely kind of sort itself out as you go. So our students are really interesting. It's a great part of my job. We only bring in 24 students a year, and that's just due to the constraints of our building. We are just a school of choice. We're community college, so it's first come, first serve. And so, we don't deny access to anybody until we get full. But our students are, obviously a lot of young people that are looking for skill set to go out and start that new career. But we also have military, people who have 20 years experience, they retire, they're looking for that next career. They come to us. We have a few, I've had some great success stories of somebody who's worked for, 15 years in banking in a cubicle, and he's like, no more. I want to go out and work on boats and be outside and do stuff. And so we help train people. That's just what we do. We've done a lot of Washington State retraining, for an industry that dries up or whatever. High school running start students. I just graduated 2 students that came their junior and senior year right through Marine Tech, and they graduated high school and got a 2-year degree all at the same time. So running start, if you are still in high school, you are eligible at almost very, very low cost to come into our program and, get trained. There's a couple of other certifications we do. We're a member of ABYC, which is the American Boat and Yacht Council. And the easiest way to explain that is they have a bunch of certifications. They're a certified test that you take. Let's say in marine electrical, you have to pass it with 83%. You get a certificate that says, I know marine electrical work. I can hook up a bilge pump without, potentially burning the boat down. And so we're a member of ABYC. We're a member of the National Marine Electronics Association. So you may decide that you really like electronics, radars and chart plotters and, cameras and all this other stuff. And so you can get certifications in that specialty area and then go work on electronics. So those are some of the additional certifications that you can get when you come through our program. And so that's another nice benefit, a little feather in your cap. If it was when you work in a shipyard, if like a whale watching boat that takes people for hire, they get inspected by the Coast Guard to make sure that boat is safe. Recreational market, like commercial stuff, they don't have that. It doesn't exist. The Coast Guard is not big enough to inspect all of those boats. So that's where ABYC comes in and has these standards on how we do things safely. So that's what we teach. So that's why in our program, about 50% of what we do is lecture, theory, how things work, why things work, and 50% of it is in the lab, using your hands, using your tools, taking things apart, mastering the skill set that you're going to need when you leave and go have this new career. So it works out really well. We do have a few boat owners who want to sail around the world who come and figure out how to fix everything on their boat. And so they always bring a nice mix to the program as well. And so, so what does fall look like? Well, for us, because of COVID, I think is a great opportunity for anybody who lives in the islands, because what has happened is we got clearance to work during the spring, during phase 1, to have in-person labs. And so we met all the state requirements. There are so many jobs right now in Washington State for Marine that the governor put us we're in a double category. So nurses, of course, were really important. Marine was the second program that Skagit Valley College opened because we need people to work on boats. And so they said, here's how it's going to go. And so what we're going to do for fall is we can't put 24 people in a classroom, but we can bring them into the lab by splitting them into 2 groups. So we're going to do content, which is videos and ABYC standards and stuff like that. Will be Zoom meetings and video, it's online learning. But then 2 days a week, students are going to come and work in the labs. And we've got lab books associated with each class that you got to work through. And so we'll have 12 people in lab, and it's actually 2 groups of 6 and 2 different lab spaces. And so what it would look like for a potential student to come over from San Juan would be just those 2 days a week, either Monday, Wednesday, or Tuesday, Thursday, from maybe 2 in the afternoon till 7 p.m. And so you catch that midday boat and catch the evening boat back. And so I think great opportunity to get training, on the computer, and then here in person doing the labs. And so we're thinking that would be a great opportunity. So we're going to see how that works out. If you listen to a little bit of this, I have a YouTube channel which gives a bunch more information and some highlights. Then we can kind of start down that road. And so I'll give you a little bit of an idea of what that looks like. And then I can answer if there are a few questions and give you some great contact information. But like I said, we're a community college. And so it's a matter of whether you're a high school student, even if you've never graduated high school, you can still come to Skagit Valley College through the Marine Tech program and work towards that. There's lots of grants. There's lots of opportunities. If you're interested in Marine, just get a hold of us and we can there's very few barriers that stop anybody from coming to college. It's not scary. It's not super hard. But we can teach you how to fix things. So, yeah, you're going to want to watch the Scallywags YouTube channel, get an idea of what we're doing here, a lot of our projects. I can do individual Zoom meetings with students, and then basically Skagit Valley College is applying online because of COVID, and it was online before, so it's a little bit of computer work. You can always talk to somebody on a phone. You apply to school. We still have room this fall. Like I said, we bring in 24 students, and I don't know, we're probably at 15 right now, so we got room for another 8 students, 8, 9. So don't delay, but if you're interested, We start about September 20th with our programming, so there's still plenty of time to apply, get involved. Maybe if it isn't you, one of your friends, your neighbors, just let them know there's opportunities over here in Anacortes. And so once you get into Skagit Valley College and get a student ID number, I am the chair, I'm the point person. I help with registration and picking out classes, and there's a tool list. It's basic hand tools, and you don't have to buy all the tools right up front, but I work with students and kind of coach you along and get you into the program and figure out how things work. So that's kind of how it would work. And even if you are like, this fall doesn't work out for me, always remember we've got tons of scholarship monies, and a lot of the scholarship applications are due in January. So you really got to plan ahead, but there's a lot of free money out there. And so if it's on your bucket list, you've got some things going on, and you think a year from now you want to start into one of these programs, you want to be in touch with me this fall right away, and let's go down that path, and I can help you with lots of other resources. So I'm definitely the point person. All right, so we'll start here. So first of all, thank you everybody for watching. Hopefully you learned a little bit about the marine industry. And if you have any questions, I am definitely the person to talk to over here in Anacortes.